If you've already watched part one, skip to the timestamp on the screen, but if you haven't, here goes part one of the story time. This big age is three types of niggas I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around a man that's heavy in the streets. I do not want to be around a man that's a crackhead, and I do not want to be around a DL. Story time. So y'all already know, when I was younger, I was outside. But the older I got, the more and more and more I decided I need to sit the fuck down. And so I start changing my circle, okay? I didn't want to be around the niggas who was fighting, killing, stabbing, and doing all of that wild shit no more. I wanted to be around some more civilized people. And so when I was like 17 years old, I became cool with this one guy we gonna call Andrew. Now, Andrew was a very, very, very handsome young man. He was a tall young man, light skin, hazel eyes, tattoos, Chris Brown looking nigga. Had waves, could dress, and he had rich parents. Rich like they were more than hood rich, but they weren't like mega rich. You know, like they probably made like $500,000-$600,000 a year. But Andrew was a very humble young man, even though his first car was a drop top Benz at 16. That bitch was hard. But like I said, he was a very humble young man. He was big into his faith, big into his beliefs. He grew up Catholic. He was just a nice overall young man. But Andrew, like everybody else, life changed when COVID hit. His parents ended up getting a divorce. I think his mom had got diagnosed with cancer. Life just went downhill for him. And one thing I've noticed with privileged kids, when life does not go their way, they do not know how to handle that shit. His life had been consistent for such a significant amount of time, so when it wasn't, he didn't know how to handle it. Now, when I turned 16, I went through one of the most darkest chapters of my life. It was my first time experiencing depression, and I don't know if y'all have ever experienced depression, but when you are depressed, it's like the world is gray. Like, it's actually fucked up out here. And so I had asked my mom to please put me in therapy because I ain't gonna lie, I really ended up being kind of suicidal, trigger warning. And when I got in therapy, when I tell you, it was like a switch went off in my head. It was like life just got better for me. It was the first time in my life I ever had somebody that I can actually talk to about what's going on in my life, you know? And so I was literally telling all my friends, like, y'all need to get in therapy. Like, this shit is good. If you got insurance, your insurance will pay for it. Get involved in it. And so I was trying to tell Andrew because I could tell that he was really, really fighting demons. And at the time, I was in a little high school fling with two best friends. So I was in the midst of a lot of fucking drama. So dealing with all of that, living in a chaotic ass house and then being depressed, I really didn't have energy to pour into other people. And that was one of the things my therapist was trying to tell me. But I still wanted to show up for Andrew because I knew how scary depression could get. But one day I decided to just go over there and check up on Andrew. Now, Andrew used to live in a big ass house in Bloomfield Hills, but his mom had decided to move to Grosse Pointe. Now, when I pulled up to the house was a very nice house. It was a mid-sized house. It was not as big as the last house, but I mean, what do you expect? She's a single mom at this point. And I just remember walking up to the house and just getting the feeling of things have changed. Andrew grew up in one of those families that Slick gave Disney Channel, if that makes sense. Like the mom and the dad were always like with each other, kissing each other, loving each other, all of that, if that makes sense to y'all. It was always music. His parents were so welcoming. I'm talking like his mom used to literally be like, if you want to spend the night, you can. You know, I don't care. You're like family, Trey. Like, they were so nice to me. Like, you ever been around somebody and you be like, damn, I know you grew up around love? He's one of those people. It was almost as if a wave of melancholy just washed over me as I was walking in. It was incredibly quiet. The house was just boring. Like, it was just like I shouldn't have been there at that time. But I walk in, I was greeted by like one of the people I guess she had working on the house, and I saw his mama. Now, what fucked me up when I first saw his mama is she was bald. Andrew's mama was a chocolate woman with hair down to her motherfucking ass. She was gorgeous. She was thick. She was full figure, beautiful lady. And she was still very, very pretty. But when I saw her, she was skinny as hell. You know, in the black community, we call anybody skinny, but no. She was like white girl skinny. And his mom is very, 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 very fucking loud, just like me. So when she walked into the room, she like, hey, everybody. That lady looked at me. She said, hey, Andrew upstairs. And literally when she said that, my heart broke because I adore his mom so much. Like, it was just sad to see her like that. Now, because I grew up in a two-parent household, and yeah, my parents went through whatever the fuck they went through, or whatever the case may be, they never got a divorce, so I haven't experienced that. But people have told me that divorces kind of feel like a death in the family, so I was just trying to be like a good supportive friend. So I walk upstairs, or whatever the case may be, and it was like 4 bedrooms upstairs. I get up to the goddamn house. I didn't know which one was his, so I'm like, Andrew, Don't hear nothing. I walk in a room, just one random room, something told me to walk in, and this nigga in here jacking off. He's like, my bad, bro, my bad, bro. And I'm like, it's okay, I'm gonna just wait for you downstairs. So I wait for him downstairs, whatever the case may be. We act like absolutely nothing happened, and we just get to talking about what's going on in life. Now, I hadn't seen Andrew in like a month, but he had cut his hair down too. Like, he had waves, but he went straight to like damn near a skinhead at this point. And you know how you look at somebody's eyes and you just know something different? Like, he just was different, bro. Andrew was like the life of the party. He walk in, hey, how you doing? What's up? Ada, whoop, whoop, blase, blase. With him, it was not the case. If you know me, you know I don't smoke, I don't drink. I just feel like all of that is kind of like a gateway into being a crackhead. I don't know. And Andrew never smoked or drank because Andrew was an athlete, and not just any athlete. He was one of the #1 players in Michigan at that time. And we went on the back patio. His mom had left. He went into like, they had like this little like shelf up there. He pulled this drawer out and pulled out some weed, which fucked me up because I was like, what the fuck are you smoking? So he pulls out this weed, and it just fucked me up because I was just like, what the fuck are you smoking? You get what I'm trying to say? And he looked at me like, hell yeah, I'm smoking. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do now. And that's when I knew everything changed. Andrew, I knew, was not the Andrew that was there anymore. And so I let him smoke. I let him do his thing. He ended up calming down, and I just told him, I said, hey, bro, like, I really think it's time for you to get therapy. He cussed me the fuck out. Told me I ain't ish. I ain't never gonna be ish. Get out his face with my broke ass. Now, mind you, I wasn't rich, but it never gave broke now. And just told me all of these things. And I was like, damn, is that really how you feel? And he was like, that's how I feel. And I left, and I never looked back. Now let's fast forward the story a little bit. It is senior year in high school. Everything is going better. I started to come to terms with my sexuality a little bit more. Like, senior year was the year I accepted everything for what the fuck it was, if that made sense. And at this time, I had a little boo. Now, in my neighborhood, in the school that I went to, I was already popular, but this little boo that I was chopping up with was popular everywhere in Detroit. In our generation. Now, if you're a little older, you probably won't know who this is, but in my generation, you probably know who this is. But when we first started chopping it up, I didn't know who the fuck that person was. But as time went on, I started figuring out, because people actually would start like staring at him and being like, yo, I know, out woo woo. At the time, I had a boutique, and I was trying to make my boutique into a clothing line. And so I do a photo shoot, and because that person had way more followers than me, I was like, be in my photo shoot. And that person was a part of the photo shoot. Now, in the photo shoot, that person had put their hand kind of over me, and I didn't pay attention to it, but it kind of did give like relationship. Post the photo shoot go viral. Now, everybody know my tea. It's everywhere. Because I was in it, my other homegirl was in it, and his homegirl was in it, and they all had a bunch of followers. At this time, like I said, I was a little more local. I wasn't like I am now. So not only did the photo shoot go viral, my shirts had sold out. I think that day I had made like $1,700 off of shirts. And one day, me and that person had went out to my place that was Sky Lounge at the time on Telegraph. Everybody know that, the whole hood know that now. And I just get this weird, strange text from a fake page, and it was just like, yo, I want to order 5 shirts with your Cash App or whatever the case may be, because at the time my website had went down because I was using Big Cartel. It's a long story. And so I texted Page back like, yeah, but this kind of looked like a fake page, and I don't want to send you my Cash App, and they gon', you know, like hack me or something. So that page was like, well, we can Zelle it to you, or whatever the case may be. So I sent them over to Zelle. I believe the shirts was like $70 or whatever the case may be, and that person wanted 5 shirts. So I think altogether that's like, what, $350? That person had Zelle me $1,600. And so I was showing it to my little boo at the time. I'm like, what's up? Like, baby, look what somebody just sent me for these shirts. And we was just geeked about it. So I'm texting the page back like, all right, thank you so much. I can have them back to you tomorrow, or whatever the case may be. That person said, can you bring them to me tonight? That's why I sent it, so you can send it fast. I'm like, all right, bet. So I had left the bar, went to go package the shirts or whatever the case may be, and I went to brought it to him. I pull up in this neighborhood that I just know look familiar, but I can't put 2 and 2 together. Pull up at this house, and waiting outside, it's Andrew. When I tell y'all, all hell broke loose, all hell broke loose. If you want this full story time, I need you to click the link in my bio, or just go on YouTube and look at the Swooper Network. S as in super, W as in window, O as in obstacle, O as in obstacle, P as in pickle, A as in ass network.
Baby girl.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Trey Jerome. If you are new here, and on this channel, we talk everything social, political commentary, and of course, story times. I am coming at y'all live from a coffee shop, and the reason I have my phone up to my goddamn ear is because I do not want to get copyrighted in any way, shape, or form. I want to start off this video both saying that it is a trigger warning. We are going to be talking about depression. We're going to be talking about suicide. We're going to be spilling all the tea. So if that triggers you in any way, shape, or form, I understand. Please exit now. I do not want to trigger anybody. As always, let's not beat around the bush. We're gonna get into it. Wait, no. Before we get into it, I really need y'all to go in the comments right now and tell me how y'all doing. I feel like these last couple of story times, because I just been knocking them out. I haven't checked in on y'all. I haven't been seeing what's going on. What is new in y'all life? Has anybody had kids? Has anybody graduated? Is anybody getting ready to graduate? What is going on with y'all? I've been pre-recording these story times so I haven't been able to give like a shout out after shout out like I really want to. So for that, I apologize, but I want to get more and more into it. So I just want to say thank y'all for supporting me. Y'all know I love y'all, and I genuinely want to support y'all or show love in any way, shape, or form that I possibly can. Now, let's not beat around the bush. So when I pulled up to the house, like I said, the neighborhood looked incredibly familiar, and I didn't know exactly what was going on, but I knew it was something going on. Something was fishy about this because I had this feeling in my heart. So I pull up and I see this tall, light-skinned man, didn't think nothing of it, back up into the goddamn house. And I had backed my car in, or whatever the case may be. Now, when I backed my car into this motherfucking house, y'all, wait, what the hell? When I backed my car into this goddamn house, y'all, I kid you not, I got out the car, I looked up, and it is him, okay? And first thing that I said when I seen him was, a lot has changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was taller, way taller. Like, he was already like 6 foot by this time. He was like 6'5", handsome. Like, he was more chiseled, like more toned, like. He just looked way better, like felt like he just looked way better. Like he definitely got himself together a little bit more. He looked more put together, and he was fresh as hell. He had on like this Pelly Pale, he had on this Average coat. I never forget it. And he did it with some shorts, which I was like, an Average coat with some shorts, but I think Jack Harlow wore the same outfit in the video. And he had some Ralph Simmons on. He was just fresh as hell. And he just walked up to me and he was like, I know I'm probably the last person that you want to see, or the case may be, because how we left off, he was like, but Trey, I never forgot what I said to you. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, it really, really lives on to me. He was like, you showed up for me at the darkest time. He said, when my parents, he was like, when my parents divorced, it just really, really fucked me up, and it was fucking with me mentally. And I'm sorry because you was such an amazing friend to me. And he said, like, when he told his mom about it, she was like, pissed, this, that, and the third. And so I was like, it's water under the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it once you go through depression shit. And I love the fact that you were accountable for that. I was like, and he was like, I want to move forward. Like, he was like, I'm moving back to Detroit next week. And I just want us to really, really move forward with this. Now, I was confused because what do you mean you moved back to Detroit? When did you move out of Detroit? And so I asked him, I was like, move back to Detroit. Where do you live? He was like, I live in Wisconsin now. And I was like, what? So it had turned out that for like the last 3 years, he was living in Wisconsin. And what also was happening too, as the parents was divorcing, it had ended up coming out that the father had gotten terminal illness. I forget which one. And so his father had passed. You get what I'm saying? And so he was telling me, he was like, every day I wanted to call you, but I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Every day I wanted to, reach out to you and just pour into you, but I couldn't because I knew if anybody was in my circle, it would be you. And so I'm like, like, that's real nice saying that. And I like respectfully, and I told him this, I was like, respectfully, I hear you. But my thing is I'm not sure if I can it's going to have to take a minute because what you said, it really, really hurt my feelings. Like, I really viewed you as a brother. And I'm going to just being real, just being candid with y'all right now, having a real one-on-one with y'all right now. Ever since my friendship with him, I have not been able to have a real friendship with another male because that shit ripped me apart. Him and my last best friend, like them two, like that shit really, really broke my heart. And so I just was telling them like, yo, like that shit really fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. And so He was just like, I get it, Trey. He was like, but trust and believe that was never ever my intentions. I really, really appreciate you. I really, really adore like you. And at the time, like my business, he was like, and I keep seeing people repost your business. He used to always tell me like, you gonna be a star. Like you gonna be somebody one day. You gonna be big, you know. And he was just like, I just know like one day you gonna be somebody, and one day you gonna, come away, get away from all of this, and you gonna get out of Detroit. And I was just like, okay, and this, that, and the third. And he asked me, he was like, you want to smoke? Or the case may be. I was like, I don't smoke. He was like, I do. And so then we literally sat in that car. I'll never forget, because I left later that day. We sat in that car for 5 hours and talked, y'all. Like, I kid you not. And as we're talking, he just opened up to me. And he was just like, yeah, man, I'm dealing with this girl, or whatever the case may be. He was like, I'm tired of her ass, though. She very weird, this, that, and the third. And I was like, what's she do, or whatever the case may be. He telling me all his relationship drama, and he asks us about the person that I was talking about. He was like, so when that started? He was like, because I ain't gonna lie, I always thought that about you, but I didn't know, like, for real. And I was like, at this time, I was kind of like weary about it, because I'm like, I was kind of not, I don't want to say insecure about it, but I was certainly like, I was very like shy about it, just off the strength of I know how men be. And I know men sometimes do not want to be friends with other men who are queer in any way, shape, or form. And so he was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, he told me that. And he was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, because his mom is very, like, LGBTQ, pro-LGBTQ. Like, he was, like, raised around that, whatever the case may be. And he was just asking me all these questions like, yeah, man, like, how you know, he was like, how did you know? Like, or did you always know? Like, this, that, and the third. And I was like, I was like, it really wasn't a thing where I always knew. He was like, I would say, because we grew up completely different. So he was straight, or whatever the case may be. And he grew up in a loving household. Like, his mama used to always be saying, like, if my child was gay, I wouldn't give a fuck. Like, if you gay, or whatever the case may be, nobody cares, out of whoop whoop. I did not grow up in that. I grew up in a very homophobic, they made it very clear they have a bias towards gay people from a very young age. So, I didn't grow up in that environment, and my mom literally was not like pro LGBTQ. And so he was like, just asked me all this question, like, how did you know? And did you always know? And I was like, I ain't thinking nothing about kids maybe. And so he was like, so like, are you and such and such like official? And I was like, no. I was like, no, we not like official or anything like that. I don't, like, at the end of the day, because I ain't gonna lie, the person that I was talking to, I did really like that person. At the time, I was young, y'all. I was dumb. You know what I'm saying? That ain't, no shade to that person, because that person, I hope that he's doing well. I think he's in school and all of that. But I was young as hell. I didn't know what the fuck I was getting myself into. And we was both young, so no disrespect or no bias towards him. But that person was just kind of like starting to become very, very narcissistic, very, very toxic. And it just was getting to a point where it was getting draining. And that around this time, I was up getting to an end. And he told me, he was like, I want to introduce you to a friend. And I was like, introduce me to a friend? Like, what the fuck you mean you want to introduce me to a friend? He was like, I want you to meet my friend Tyler. And so I was like, I was like, is this like a friend, or like you want to introduce me to somebody? He was like, no, this is just one of my homeboys, where the case may be. He was like, no, don't get me wrong. He's like pansexual, or whatever the case may be, but he not like, he ain't gonna do that, or whatever the case may be. Like, I just really think y'all would be cool. Like, he's kind of like stepped into that like life with me, and like really helped me out. He's from Wisconsin, out of whoop whoop, and he's coming down here tomorrow. Like, you should meet him. And so he was like, I know you cannot hoop, but you should come out playing basketball with us. So that very next day, we all go to the rec, or the case may be, and Tyler walked in. Because I feel like I know Tyler still be watching me from a fake page, but Tyler was gorgeous, okay? Tyler is gorgeous. Tyler is a very beautiful young man. He is a heavy-set young man. Very much so. Tyler's one of the people you can look at and be like, he got money. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. He was a very, very buff, not buff, but like built. Like, he was kind of like my size, but a little more toned. He was dark skin, very, very pretty teeth. He had like brown hazel eyes. He was a gorgeous young man. And he just always was super, super nice to me from when we first met. And he was just like, yeah, Trey, this Tyler, like let's hoop, or the case may be. Trey ass at hoop Trey ass can't hoop out of woo woo. You know, they was teasing me, or the case may be. But this day I was actually doing my thing. And so Tyler was like, my homeboy, what the fuck name did I give him? Because I was about to say his real name. What name did I give him, y'all, in the story? Oh my God. Andrew had left early to go. I guess he had something to do. And so Tyler was like, he was like, you want to like stay or whatever the case may be? And I was like, I don't want to, put too much on you or whatever the case may be, because I know you don't really know me. Like, you ain't got to stay to be mannerable. He was like, no, I want to spend time with you. And I was like, okay. And so at the time, I think I was like, no. This time I did have a car, but I think it was I had got my keys took because me and my mama was getting into it. And so I was like, okay. I was like, well, do you mind like taking me home or there case may be? And he was like, yeah, where you live, and I ain't live too far. And so he was all right, bet. So that day we literally, again, kind of the same thing. Like, we literally got in a car, and Tyler was super, super emotionally intelligent, like smart. And so we just had a very good conversation. We all kicking it in the car. I mean, me and him just kicking it in the car. And literally, we talking in the car, we chopping it up, out of woo woo. And he goes in the store, go get his backwoods, and he like, let's go see a movie. And I'm like, go see a movie, my friend? Oh, shit. I'm like, let's go see a movie. He like, let's go see a movie. Like, I want to, like, go see a movie with you. I'm like, Tyler, are you sure? Like, you don't got to do this. And he like, Trey, he was like, I want to go see a movie with you. And this nigga grabbed my hand. So I get to looking around. I'm like, okay, so now I'm getting a vibe with things, because I had already had a feeling. So he like, so you don't want to go see a movie? He was like, no. I was like, not really. I was like, I just want to chill out over the case. Maybe like, I don't really feel like being around all of that. Because at the time I was like, I'm looking a mess. Like, I'm sweaty or the case maybe. He like, you look good to me. He was like, well, if that's the case, he was like, we could just chill. So he was like, what do you like to do? I have always been fascinated with Birmingham. If you know anything about Birmingham is like the Beverly Hills of Michigan. It is very, very nice. And so I had told him, like, I want to go to Birmingham and like, let's walk by the water. And so he was like, okay. So we walk by the water, whatever the case may be, go to Birmingham. After that, I was showing him like this little, like my favorite part is like this little lake that I like to go to. It's called Corton Lake. And we get there, we come back to the car. This nigga looks at me, and this nigga looked at me. He looked down. I didn't understand what he was doing. Looked at me, he looked down. I guess he wasn't getting a memo. This nigga pull out his meat. Sir, what the fuck are you doing? And so he like, come on, like, or the case may be, he like, you ain't on that? I'm like, I'm not on that. Like, I'm not on that type of time at the time, because at the time I was just talking to somebody, and I had just, well, at the beginning stages, I really wasn't talking to somebody, but when that person started acting up, I acted accordingly. And so I was like, okay, like, I already gave this person my word. Even though I knew this shit was a beginning to an end, I still gave that person my word that I wasn't gonna do nothing else. So I was like, I'm cool, or whatever the case may be. So he was like, well, can I at least give a kiss? Like, can I at least give you a kiss, or whatever the case may be? And I was like, you can give me a kiss. He gave me a kiss. Next thing I motherfucking know, y'all, we get out of the car, we all walking up, or whatever the case may be, and we get a call from the mama. And the mama, like, the mama calling Tyler, and why we kissing and shit. So the mama calling Tyler like, where's Andrew? And we like, we don't motherfucking know, or whatever the case may be. She like, no, where is Andrew? Where is Andrew? Where is Andrew? And we like, we don't know. She like, Tyler, do not cover for him. Where is Andrew? So she like, I don't know. And I guess she heard my voice in the background. She like, Trey, is you there? And I'm like, yeah. She like, Trey, not gonna lie, where is Andrew? And I'm like, I do not know where Andrew is. We just dropped him off. He'll probably be there in like 5-10 minutes. I don't know. Probably you stopped over somebody's house or something like that. She like, no. I just found the note in his room, and it's a suicide note. So we stop, we look at each other like, huh? He like, it's a suicide note, or whatever the case may be. And she just start crying. She like, I cannot lose my baby. I can't lose my baby. I already left his daddy. I can't lose my baby. So we like, okay, wait. Where the fuck is the suicide note, or whatever the case may be? So she like, I found it in his clothes or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, so Tyler like, was you doing laundry? Is these some old clothes or is it? She like, no. So whatever the case may be. So like I told y'all, his mama is plugged in with a lot of people. So the mama had discreetly put out like kind of like a report, and I guess she talked to some officer and the officers was looking for him or whatever the case may be in like the area of the neighborhood that they was in. And so after all of this is happening, Tyler calling this nigga Andrew, he called Andrew like 100 times, y'all, like back to back to back to back to back. So I'm sitting here and I'm telling Tyler like, yo, like he not about to answer the phone for you. About the time before the last time it called, it rang. So after it rang, it was like a little bit, and it was 40 minutes after that. It was 40 calls after that, excuse me. Somebody pick up the phone. It's Tyler's phone, but it's not Tyler. And so we like, where the fuck is Tyler? The man like, if y'all don't give me 15 racks by tomorrow, ain't nobody coming over my motherfucking house. Ain't nobody getting nothing. Ain't nobody doing this. Ain't nobody seeing them. The man just saying random shit because y'all see how that don't make no sense. He keeps saying ain't nobody coming over my house. Ain't nobody coming over my house. So we all start looking at each other like, what the fuck do he mean? Ain't nobody coming over his house? Like, we was all confused. So he like, ain't nobody coming over my house. Ain't nobody coming over my house. This my motherfucking house. This, then a third. So we noticing like, is he talking to somebody or is he talking to himself? Because we all confused. So I grabbed the phone. I'm like, excuse me, sir. We looking for our friend Tyler. Is Tyler there? He like, Tyler? And he started laughing. Is Tyler there? He's like, you talking about the light-skinned nigga, the mulatto nigga? And as the boy talking, we noticing he got like a country-ass accent, like an extremely country southern accent. So we like, yeah, him. Is he there? Or the case may be. He like, that nigga downstairs. He was like, he sold his phone to me for $50. So we like, what? He sold his phone to you for $50? Like, that don't even make sense because Tyler at the time had a brand new iPhone. Like I told y'all, Tyler parents got money and Tyler did well for himself too. And so we like, he sold his own phone for you for $50. That don't make sense. Like, what are you talking about? So then, not Tyler, Andrew. I'm messing up their names. Andrew is the one who was saying that. Excuse me. Y'all get what I'm saying, hopefully. But Andrew is the one who we was looking for. And so we like, Andrew, what's going on? Like, where's Andrew? Is Andrew there? The nigga keeps saying, like, ain't nobody coming over my house, and hung up. So as this is all going on, y'all, we called her mama telling her like what happened. Like, we just called Tyler. We got in contact with him finally. Or the case may be, some man with a southern accent is calling the phone basically saying like, ain't nobody coming over his house. And he started threatening us or whatever the case may be. So she like, y'all don't know who it is? We don't know who it is. The mama get to going off on us, which I understand because she was in a crazy process. And she like, okay, y'all motherfuckers come to the house right now. Mind you, I had never heard Andrew mama raise her voice before, okay? Andrew mama has never cursed. I've never heard her yell. She's an extremely classy lady. This bitch turned into a hood bitch. She straight up like, y'all motherfuckers better not ever come over my... No. She was like, y'all motherfuckers better come to my house right motherfucking now. It's gonna be a problem. Like a real hood bitch, a real Harmon Gardner project bitch. So I'm like, okay. So we all come over there, whatever the case may be. It's me, her, and it is another boy. So the boy come, or whatever the case may be, in... Tyler's car is very tinted out. Remember, I know I confused y'all with Tyler and Andrew. We looking for Andrew. Tyler is the person that I'm with. So Andrew get off the Tyler's car is extremely tinted out. So the other boy come to the motherfucking door of the car, or whatever the case may be, and he like, who is you? And he look at me, and I'm like, my name Trey. Like, I'm here, looking for Andrew, whatever the case may be. Didn't really think nothing of it, because I'm like, well, how the fuck are you asking me this? So as this is all going on, the mama like, Tyler keep calling. And so he keep calling, nobody answering. And so right then and there, I'm thinking like, yeah, like maybe I should call, because they're not gonna keep calling. They keep seeing the same number calling. They're not gonna answer for you. So at this time, or whatever the case may be, I call. First time I call, answer. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, hello. The man like, it's a different voice on the phone, and they're like, listen, we gonna need $10,000. This nigga owe us $10,000. So whatever the case may be, it's another country accent. So we all looking like, hey man, like what the fuck is they like? What the fuck is y'all talking about? Like why do y'all keep asking for $10,000? So the mama going off. I'm not giving y'all motherfucker shit. Where is Andrew? Where is Andrew? So we all start looking like we don't know what the fuck to do. So I grabbed the phone and I'm like, okay, why do you need $10,000 and where do y'all have him? And so he like, this motherfucker owe me my money and he gonna give me my money. And I'm paying attention and I tell Tyler, I said, come here, or whatever the case may be. As I'm telling Tyler, come here, he like, I'm like, pay attention. They both screaming in the background. The man who was screaming originally, what I was about to say, the man who was on the phone originally, he's screaming out, and so is Tyler. So I'm telling him like, hey, yo, like we really got to figure out something soon because if not, I don't know how this is about to go. So the man like $10,000. So the mama like, so I'm explaining to his mama like, 9 times out of 10, it's got to do with some type of drugs. And the mama like, no, Tyler been sober for a year. He not on that. I said, but he wasn't sober at a point of time, man. You gonna have to get these people this money. So she go pull out $10,000 and she like, I'm about to just drive down there. I got Tyler location. Turn Tyler location on. I got Andrew location. So she turned Andrew location on, or whatever the case may be. We got the man to turn Andrew location on. We pull up over there. We looking at GPS. The GPS is 6 hours away. What the fuck do? We all get in the car. She like, no, I don't want to drag y'all in this. I would hate if somebody dragged my baby in this. Woo. I'm like, no. We not about to let you go up there by yourself, or whatever the case may be. So we all in the car. It's me, him, and the other boy, or the case may be. And the other boy is behind me and Tyler, like with a stank ass face. I'm not paying attention to this nigga. And so Tyler, while we talking, or the case may be, while we on our way to there, where the case may be, Tyler just asking me like about like my clothing line and just talking to me, or the case may be. And I'm like, yeah, I'm telling him about it, or the case may be. And as we talking, the other boy like, so what, y'all go together or something? And I'm like, no, this my first day meeting him, or whatever the case may be. And he was like, oh, okay, Tyler, why you acting funny? You trying to make me jealous? And right then and there, that made sense. I'm like, oh, this is why the boy was having an attitude with me. This is why the boy was being rude to me. Because I don't know if I told y'all that, but the boy was being rude. He was making like smart remarks, like just being negative. So I'm like, oh, this is why this nigga mad, or the case may be. So I was like, oh, whatever y'all got going on, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Like I said, me and him, we ain't even like together, or the case may be. So he was like, oh, okay, yeah, it better be that way. And I was like, it better be that way, or the case may be. So the mama looking back, and she like really like at both of us. So I'm trying to let this shit slide. So at this point, I'm cool off Tyler. I'm cool off everybody. I'm really cool off Andrew. But I'm just trying to just go ahead and get through this, because at the end of the day, I'm really showing my support for his mama. So about 3 hours go by, we get a call from the phone, and the man like, how the fuck y'all ain't gonna pull how the fuck we know y'all ain't gonna pull a police move, or whatever the case may be, out of woo. So we like, we not coming with the police. We can FaceTime you right now. No police there. We already know what type of what issue Andrew got. And at the time, Andrew had a government job. So the mama did not want to go to the police anyways, because if she went to the police, you know, when you work for the government, they see literally everything. So she was like, no, we not trying to, go to the police, because that's going to mess up. Next thing you motherfucking know, the boy like, no, we gonna put him in the house, or whatever the case may be. Y'all gonna meet us up here and send us the address, and we gonna go there. We pull up, y'all. So long story short, we end up pull up there. We get to this Timbuktu fucking place in Ohio. I don't even know the name of the city in Ohio. Timbuktu, Ohio. We get there, or the case may be, and we meet up. It's this tall, big, foot dragging, lobster back, hula hoop waistline, apple anklet having ass nigga who. My bad, y'all. My goddamn camera, not my camera, my iPad, that motherfucking died on me. So sorry. But basically, we pull up to the house, or whatever the case may be. The man, like, where the money at, or the case may be. And as he's saying that, a motherfucking van come behind us, or the case may be, and they pull in behind us, or whatever the case may be. Now, mind you, we in Ohio. We, like, not too far from Cleveland. I remember that. And I don't really know what to expect from these people. I don't know what do they do. We don't know where they're from. Like, woo-woo. And like I said, we just went down there impulsively trying to get Andrew. We not really thinking about like what could have happened. Don't nobody got a gun, don't nobody got nothing. So they pull up with the van or whatever the case may be. And so the mama like, it's my baby in there. You know, she fearless about her son. And the baby like, yeah. So they point at me like, who is this? Or the case may be, she like, that's Andrew's friend. Or the case may be, I'm like, I'm just a friend. Like, I don't got, nothing to do with this. Or the case may be, they looking at me like, you look familiar. You look familiar. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no. So this nigga told me, he said, ain't your name Anthony? I'm like, no, my name is Fred. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know my real name Fred. I'm like, my real name Fred. They're like, no, your name Anthony. And the boy pulled his gun off his waist. My heart dropped. Don't nobody in here got no gun. Don't nobody got nothing. He like, your name Anthony, nigga. And I'm like, no, the fuck is not. Like, or the case may be, the man like, hey, that is that nigga. That's that nigga who shot Juan. Who shot? No, I'm like, no. I'm from Detroit. So I grab my goddamn wallet, or the case may be, and I tell them like, I'm just grabbing my wallet. I grab my goddamn wallet. I show them my physical ID. I said, listen, I'm Fred. I'm from Detroit. I think at the time my Instagram name was Girl That's Fred. And so I'm like, listen, baby, like like that don't got shit to do with a nigga like me. Like I don't know nothing about that. So they like or the case may be. So I end up convincing them that my name was not Anthony. Long story short, the mama handed the man the money. It was in cash, or whatever the case may be. And the mama like, I pray, we never see you again. Like, we ain't gonna have this problem. She like, if he don't come by from us again, you ain't gonna have this problem. He was like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with Andrew, or the case may be. Andrew cool, but Andrew needs to make sure that he pay people back. He was like, because, shit, the street don't got no time. He was like, the streets don't got collections, whatever the case may be. So they end up giving us the address. The address from that house is an hour away. Again, so at this point, we 7 hours away from the crib. We all feeling better now because we like, okay, bet we about to go get Andrew, or whatever the case may be. So we all driving there. Yeah, tensions has lifted a little bit. Everything is fucking good. As we get in there again, Tyler keep trying to talk to me, like texting me, like, like I'm not dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? Or the case may be. And I'm like, first off, Tyler, you gotta understand, this is my first day meeting you, and you already got me in some shit. Like I'm already was in a situation where like I was just being stupid, if that makes sense. So I'm like, I'm not about to like keep hoeing myself and playing myself. So I'm like, I'm just cool, Tyler, or that case may be. So the boy, he kept trying to be in Tyler's face, and Tyler was hoeing him like flat out, like, I want you to stop like playing, like he was like, stop talking to me, bro, like stop talking to me. And so the mama like, I don't know what y'all got going on, but I need y'all to cut it out, or the case may be. But the boy keep going. So the mama had told him like, can you please stop, like for real, I'm looking for my baby, or the case may be. This nigga gonna tell Andrew mama to shut the fuck up, bitch. So at this point, I'm getting mad. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is your problem? Like, you got a nasty ass attitude this whole day. And he was real feminine. He like, I don't give a fuck. This, that, and the third. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, this my nigga. I like going crazy about this nigga. I'm like, nobody's talking to him. Like you see, nobody's talking to him. Nobody wants him. This, that, and the third. And this, that, and the third. So we all, as we getting closer to the house, or whatever the case may be, I'm just letting him talk. He talking cash shit. I slap the shit out of you. I do ada woo to you. You ain't fucking with me. I look better than you. Ada woo, blase, boom. Child, I'm sitting there. At the time, I had a chain on, or the case may be, I had a chain. I had just got a little chain from Hutch. It was an F charm. I had grabbed it. This nigga grabbed my shirt and grabbed my chain, or whatever the case may be. It had kind of choked my neck. Y'all, I turned around so motherfucking quick and put the 2-piece to that nigga so motherfucking fast. I am not playing. When I say I beat his motherfucking ass in that backseat so bad, and I didn't want to fight him, because you never fought somebody that you knew you was going to win the fight. I knew I was going to fuck you up. I knew I was going to tear your ass apart. I'm already knowing. So the nigga like, so Tyler trying to break it up, or the case may be, but Tyler the whole time while I'm whooping his ass, Tyler like, that's what you get. Like, stop playing with people. Out of whoop whoop. This, done the third. And the mama, after I get done whooping his ass, the mama like, y'all can leave his ass where we at. So after all of that happened, we end up leaving the boy in fucking wherever city we was in Ohio, pulling up to go get go get Andrew. We pulling up at Andrew crib, or their case may be, and I'm like, hey, This don't look safe, y'all. I'm talking like, y'all, it's mildew outside the house. Like, this is when you think of a trap house, this is this, but a nasty ass trap house. So I'm like, okay, boom, like we gotta figure this shit out. So I'm like, did he didn't give us a number or nothing. He just said, knock on the door, tell them you here for Andrew. Knock on the door, nobody come to the door. So at this point, Tyler get aggravated. So he bang on the door, bang, bang, bang. And the third time he banged, the door open, like it flew open. So it's nobody in the house. So I'm like, what the fuck? So the mama like, he played us. You know, I knew he played us, whatever the case may be. I'm like, no, we don't know that, mom. Like, chill out. We don't know if he played us. We don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? He like, and the mama like, no. This nigga played us, or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, okay, let's just go ahead and, you know, figure it out. Let's just look around the house. So we look around the house. We look in every room. Andrew not there. We look in the kitchen. Andrew not there. We look in the attic. Andrew not there. As we go, we pass, because the house didn't look like it had a basement until we passed the door. We passed the door, or whatever the case may be, and I'm like, I think this leads to like some room. So I'm pushing the door not open. I'm pushing the door not open. I'm pushing the door not open. We push the door. After that, Tyler, because y'all know Tyler a little bigger than me, and so Tyler like, hold on, move, Trey. So he pushed me, or the case may be, he bust through the door. As he bust through the door, he ended up falling down these steps. So he fall down the steps. He like, shit. I'm like, you good? He like, yeah. So we get down there and we find this nigga Tyler, dog. This nigga is like blue. Mind you, Tyler's very, very light. Like, do y'all know Don't Call Me White Girl Mona? Shout out to her, love her. That's what he was. He was like blue, like fucked up in the head, messed up. His face is blue. He just looked like he got his ass whooped. And so I'm like, is you good? And Tyler, like, he barely conscious. So his mama like, come on, we about to take him to the hospital. So we end up taking him to the hospital. His mama got us a hotel room in this nice ass hotel room. After all of that, bro, like all me and Andrew, bro, I keep confusing Andrew and Tyler. Me and Tyler kept sitting in the room. We end up getting the room together, and we just was sitting there the whole night, just worrying about Andrew, just making sure he was good. Andrew ended up becoming good. I haven't been in contact with him like ever since that. Tyler still be trying to talk to me to this day, y'all. Like, I'm talking to this day. Like, literally, like, if y'all, and what's crazy is Tyler is an influencer too now. So if y'all knew who Tyler was, I just think y'all would be like gagged. Like, y'all would be fucked up. Like, what, them two? Like, what? But Tyler be trying to talk to me to this day, but I blocked him because he after that whole situation, it would just really left a bad taste in my mouth. And yeah, that's the end of this story. Let me know any questions y'all have. Like I said, I have been taking note. Y'all want vlogs, y'all want a Q&A, y'all want all of these things. I will give them to y'all very soon. I'm just trying to come up with a time, date, perfect, and a place. And just let me know anything that y'all want to know. I appreciate y'all, love y'all, thank y'all. And we going up from here. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how y'all feel about this ambiance. Do y'all want me to film more videos here? What do y'all want me to do? I got y'all. And that is it for me. Thank you.